For me, it was learning to play guitar. And that moment that really clicked for me was coming home from a party in high school, putting on a cassette tape of Iron Maiden, listening to The Trooper, and then the next day going to my dad and saying, I want to get a guitar.
Early one morning I was making my rounds. I took a shot of cocaine, I shot my woman down. Went right home and I went to bed. I stuck that 1144 beneath my head. Got up next morning and I grabbed that gun. I threw a shot of cocaine the way I run. Made a good run, but I run too slow. They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico.
Hi, I'm Mark Major, and I'm from Portland, Oregon. I was drinking before you were born, and I'll be drinking after I bury you.
You're the dirty fuck that shot your woman.
Island Station Media Lab came about because we got a space for really affordable price, and we decided that we wanted to do something creative with it, like maybe do a type of a recording studio. And then as time went by, we decided, well, you know what's really interesting would be doing a video studio. Everybody wants their own show. And so this is a place for people to come and create their own show.
Us, all of us, we need an expert.
You have to promise them that it's going to be great, even though it's probably not, even though they'll probably be embarrassed. Look, the only way to get there is to do it. You fake it until you make it. If you want to be a voice actor, start voice acting. And if that's the case, I've got roles for you. If you're terrible, I'll help you. I will direct you. I'll get you to where you're not terrible. I'll make you feel all right. And we'll do a few that might be bad, but eventually they're going to come out great.
Once again, you pulled it off.
My God, the things you could pull off. That's success right there, Captain.
So I created a sort of parody space opera called Starp Trep. I decided that we would use some of this software we had where you can take a photograph and you can turn it into a 3D model and into a character and then move it around and have it talk. So we made some 3D models based off these Star Trek characters, and that was the start of it. Later on, I found some other action figures that I'm unsure of because I believe they're Mexican bootlegs of other toys that we don't even really know what they were bootlegging or what they're trying to do. And some of them, we're not even sure if they're even a character or just a bank of computers that sort of click together. So we made models of those as well and just whipped up a show around these action figures that are probably pretty terrible. They're, you know, bad bootlegs. I found this guy who had created a bunch of these office worker clip art images, and he put them public domain, no attribution needed. So taking a cue from a comic strip that I had seen 10 years before called Get Your War On, where he'd also taken some clip art of office workers, but he just like put in different word bubbles and came up with a different cartoon every day. I did the same thing but in video, where I had friends of mine do all the voices and stuff.
My friend has his dog do his taxes, and the dog gets them right 60% of the time. That's pretty good.
That's insane. Doesn't even make any sense.
That's because you hate dogs.
No, I don't. I have 2 dogs.
Spoken like a true dog hater.
And so we put together a little mini sitcom, and I didn't want to just call it like Office Drones or Day at the Office, because there's been so many comedies that use, you know, office in the title or revolve around an office. And obviously I'm using office people clip art, so I can't, you know, change the setting. I'm stuck to that. So I thought, well, let's just call it something not even like an office. Let's make it sound like some sort of new age help. And that's where the title, The Path to Redemption, comes from. It's kind of a trick. You think like, oh, what's this about? Is this some kind of, you know, healing or something? And it's not. It's just a sitcom with a funny name. What you really need is drive. You just got to get out of bed in the morning and go for it. And the more mistakes you make, it's less mistakes you're going to make down the road. The path to greatness is littered with mistakes. The most difficult thing about producing a film is waking up, getting out of bed, and actually doing it.